Okay, so I saw this post on LinkedIn that was a little irritating to me, honestly. So the post said, ERPs don't break companies, it exposes them. Although that's kind of true in some scenarios, if you have a very simple business and you just don't have the discipline to do the data entry, most companies are not that simple. They're very complex, especially if they're in the manufacturing business and they're doing things 100 different ways, like drop shipping or sending things to other locations to do work on them, whatever the case is. I could go on forever on all of the cases there, but the ERP doesn't work like that. It usually just wants you to do things in a linear path, maybe in one or two different ways. It doesn't have built-in ways of you doing 500 different processes, especially if you're manufacturing. So if that's the case and you implement that ERP, either you have to spend a lot of money on other softwares and integrate those into the ERP with probably high customizations, which is a lot of money, very expensive, of course. Any implementation is expensive. Or if you're just going to use the ERP, you need to highly customize it and or spend a lot more labor and cost just trying to get data entry, sometimes including hiring one or more people specifically for data entry. And what I've seen a lot of times in my experience is there's an ERP analyst, it can be named different, like ERP operations person or whatever, ERP specialist, that are hired after the ERP go live to upkeep all the data entry and help with the troubleshooting, because usually there's a lot of complexity in the business that the ERP can't handle. So they hire this ERP specialist to try to figure out how to do it or fix it in the system for them and answer all the questions of the complex parts or processes of their business and how to do it in the ERP. So that's another added cost that the client usually doesn't know that they need until after go live, and they're like, oh no, we can't keep up with all this data entry and stuff, and the cost is going up, and we're trying to scramble and get our business done while scrambling and try to figure out how to get it in the ERP correctly. So they hire somebody else. So in my opinion, I guess it's not necessarily completely broken, but that is a break if your costs and labor are going up trying to troubleshoot things and do data entry in an ERP that isn't working for you when you have very complex processes to do outside. That means the ERP and your business processes don't work. In my opinion, it's not exposing that your company is complex. Like, we already knew this, right? That's our business. I'm not going to simplify my business for a software. So to me, it's not an exposure, it's a break. But yeah, I just wanted to know what your guys' opinions are on that. So let me know in the comments. Thanks.